Hello, my name's Sean Woolley. I'm the Managing Director of Cloudninespain. With me, I have my two partners in crime today.
Emma Kavanagh, Business Development Manager.
And I'm Dominic Marshak, Sales Director.
Okay, you may or may not have had the pleasure
I hope that you do.
Of seeing our video about the top 5 golf resorts to buy in between Mijas and Puerto Banus. Well, now we're going to look at the other side of the coast. So we're going to concentrate on the top 5 golf resorts to buy in between San Pedro and Sotogrande. Thank you for that. Yeah. And we had to split them up because it would just be too long and you'd all be bored.
So this would be Marbella West.
This would be pretty much Marbella West.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, again, in sort of order from Marbella to Sotogrande this time. So the first one we are going to quickly talk about is Guadalmina, which is where our office is.
Where we live every day.
Where we live, yeah. Where we come and drive.
That's where we do the podcast.
This is where we do it. So Guadalmina, Dom, you know Guadalmina very well because you live here.
Guadalmina is beautiful. Let me start off with it being an enclave, right?
It's an enclave.
Shikes. Shakes. I'm learning English as we are
doing very
proceeding.
Well. It can be quite entertaining.
Yeah. Guadalmina has a different ecosystem to it, and I've realized that living there because it's so green, you cannot imagine. In summer it's a little bit cooler, and in winter it's a little bit warmer, and it's super green, so you have very good air because you have all the golf course that surrounds it, and all the villas have big plots, 2,000 square meters with a lot of tree, a lot of vegetation, so it really feels different. Climate-wise, it feels different.
Again, Guadalmina, you can split it into two sides. Guadalmina Alta, Guadalmina Baja.
I'm referring to Baja right now, yeah.
Which is the rich bit.
Yeah, I would love to live there.
Very rich
Guadalmina
area.
as well is known for, well, the Spanish love it.
Yeah.
The Spanish think it's better than Marbella.
In particular, the ones from Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're
for
predominant
instance,
there.
some of the local residents here and frequent visitors are Jose Maria Aznar, who was the one of the previous prime ministers of
Well,
Spain.
he has a house.
He has a house in Guadalmina. Then there's the, what's the name? Vicente del Bosque, the Spain national football team manager from times past.
Also,
You'll see them eating in the restaurants and stuff.
The owner of Corte Inglés has a house there.
Really?
I don't know if I should say it publicly. But he does.
You have.
Yeah, I just did.
You don't see too many properties, Guadalmina Baja, going on the market.
No, you don't.
They keep them in the family, they pass them down to sons, daughters.
But the Spanish love it, don't they? They love it. And that's why if you go to the Guadalmina Commercial Centre, there's quite a few high-value restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Even though it's kind of on the highway in a car park.
It's very noticeable in summer because it comes June, July, August.
It comes alive.
It comes alive, and
The
all of
horns
them
start
come down.
honking,
Yes.
the Spanish are driving around, getting all frustrated, and oh my god.
But back to the golf.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The golf starts from Alta and goes through to Baja.
Yeah, so it's
again,
another one of those that snakes down
Straight
to the
down
coast.
And it literally, the last hole ends by the ocean, which is
And
by the
beautiful.
hotel.
And by the Guadalmina,
By the hotel.
At the hotel there.
So you're pitching your last slice right into the hole, and you've got the ocean view, sea views. It's a beautiful course.
So in terms of product, there's obviously mainly villas and plots in Guadalmina Baja, but there are a couple of apartment
You do
developments.
have apartment developments, and prices there start from 200 up to 2 million if you are frontline.
Yeah.
And villas, well, from Alta, 650, and obviously the further down you go, closer to the beach, you can achieve prices 7-10 million.
Okay. So apart from being surrounded by rich, wealthy Spaniards, what else is good about, and its own eco-climate, which I'm sure he's making up.
No matter where you are, no, it's true. It's not a joke, really. No matter where you are in Guadalmina Baja, you are always within walking distance to the beach. You are within walking distance to Guadalmina Alta, which has all the shopping facilities. You have amenities close by. You have 2 restaurants on the beach, which are great, also within walking distance. And if you have dogs, around 7 o'clock in the afternoon when the golfers stop playing, you can actually take your dogs on the walk on the huge golf resort.
Let's not forget, Guadalmina is also attached to San Pedro, so you can walk straight through to San Pedro. The boulevard, the promenade.
Exactly.
It's all connected. So Guadalmina is very well connected.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sold.
That's why we have our office here.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I don't live in Guadalmina, so that's why I sort of handed this bit over to
And
Dom.
it doesn't have this fake hype to it.
No.
It's kind of, as I was saying before about Sotogrande, it's got an older money. Because even the properties are handed over from family to family. They're not really building to sell, to make money. It's all low-key there, which
and
is
there's no new
fantastic.
building Guadalmina.
There's a few
individual villas.
Yeah, but nothing sort of big scale, commercial.
Nothing big scale.
No. Which is great.
But again, that's possibly also because Guadalmina forms part of Marbella, doesn't it?
Yes.
So it might be because of the licensing issues over the last 10 years. There hasn't been a huge amount of new development.
You have Casa Sola, which is just
Yeah.
to the right side. There is a river that divides Guadalmina Baja with Casa Sola, and some still call that Guadalmina Baja, but it's not in the Marbella province anymore. It's part of Estepona.
Estepona, yeah.
Which is funny because it looks like Guadalmina.
Yeah.
You'd have the same sort of houses, layout of streets, etc. But the prices for the EB, your taxes, your water bills are like 30% less.
And it's much easier to get planning permission because effectively you're in different jurisdictions.
And it's just a river that divides it.
Okay, moving along the coast, the next stop would be Los Arqueros, which is where this one lives.
I live in Los Arqueros.
Tell us about Los Arqueros.
Los Arqueros is made up of around 15 developments. It was built by Taylor Woodrow in the early 2000s, which is now Taylor Wimpey. Taylor Wimpey are also investing quite a lot into the area, so they've got 2 developments going up around that area.
Okay.
And it's a nice, safe, secure,
There's 24-hour security, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's sort of entrances on the north side and the south side. And also, what I like about Los Arqueros is the clubhouse, which you say is...
right in the centre.
It's right in the centre. It's very family-friendly. It's got a few amenities.
And they're not renovating it right now?
They're renovating and they're building a big tennis academy.
I heard something about bowling.
Yeah.
Is that...
Tenpin bowling.
You really? Are they actually doing that? That's
I know
cool.
you like Tenpin bowling.
I love Tenpin bowling.
bowling.
As long as I can get my fingers out.
So the golf tends to run through all the developments, so it's quite easy to get sea views, frontline golf apartments in Los Arqueros, and it's affordable.
Yeah.
It is.
Los Arqueros
surprisingly
is
affordable. Actually. I think it's one of the best value golf resorts on the whole coast. For what you get and where you get it, I think
and
it's
good quality apartments as well. They were built very, very well.
So what do you think are the prices there? To start off like apartments?
You could get easily a 2-bed for 200,000 with a nice golf view or a sea view or the mountain view. If you go up a little bit more, you can go up to 1 million, but then you could get the golf, sea and mountain view.
Yeah, sure.
And there's quite a few villas dotted around Los Arqueros as well, and we're looking kind of 1.5 up to about 8 million. So something for everybody again in Los Arqueros.
There is. I like Los Arqueros. It's a good, solid bet because there's something for everyone.
But the entry level of villas in Los Arqueros is quite high if you compare it to Guadalmina now.
Yeah, and there's a disparity in Los Arqueros between the apartments and the villas in terms of price.
Exactly.
There's no join.
Yes.
There isn't a mid-gap product.
It's quite
There's not many villas in Los Arqueros.
No, there aren't. It's mainly apartments.
We said 1.5 to 8. I think it's more 1.5 to 5, 6.
Yeah,
it's just
there's
there's this
not many.
odd one out that costs 8 million.
It's
So
like
we
that
put it as a
massive-
benchmark.
Massive one that they
Yeah.
built. Yeah, they might struggle to sell that. But Los Arqueros, it's a Sevi Ballesteros design golf course, which means a little bit up and down, so it's a bit of a challenge.
one.
It's a difficult one, apparently. Yeah, some golfers get a bit frustrated with it. And the only negative about Los Arqueros for the apartments that I find is that Taylor Wimpey have kind of built a very similar product across all their developments, which means unless you...
It's like a copy paste.
Yeah, but all the kitchens are galley kitchens, aren't they? They built them at the back of the apartment.
Yeah.
So they might have a little area where you've got your washing stuff, but there's no natural light, and you can't really eat in them. Which I because I live here, I kind of like to have an eat-in kitchen. So it's on the newer developments from Taylor Woodrow, Taylor Wimpey, you find those, but on the older stuff, you don't get them. Because I suppose they were building for what people wanted at the time. Which was,
again, people are buying and renovating now. So I've been into a few recently where they've opened up the kitchen, taken down the middle wall, and completely opened up the living room and kitchen. So it can be done.
But in terms of value for money, Los Arqueros is probably right up there.
And very good connection again to the Ronda Road, to the A7, down to San Pedro. So it's very well interconnected as well.
Yeah.
And just across from La Quinta. So if you're heading down to Nueva Andalucia, you just hop over to La Quinta, and from there you take the side streets to Nueva Andalucia. So it is within a very good area if you are a driver.
So moving across the valley into Los Flamingos, which is where I live. Hey. And I chose Los Flamingos because it's close to everything. You're basically 2 or 3 minutes drive down to the beach. You have a few amenities at the bottom of the street without even needing to hit the highway. You've got a pharmacy, a couple of bars, you've got a couple of supermarkets. But for me, it's great because I have San Pedro within 6-7 minutes. I have Puerto Banus within 10. And Los Flamingos itself is quite a 5-star environment. It's got one of the best hotels on the coast within its grounds, the Villa Padierna Palace. and spa.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I asked myself that last time when I was in Los Flamingos. How important is the hotel, the Villa Padierna Hotel, for the entire environment?
Well,
of
it's the
Los
it's the
Flamingos?
anchor, isn't it? It's the kind
Would
of
you say that?
it's the anchor tenant. You know, like you have a shopping centre and you need an anchor tenant like a John Lewis or a Selfridges to be there, and the hotel really provides the lead. So from that, everything flows. So it means that people will spend more developing villas because they know they can price it higher because of the attraction of the hotel. I mean, the hotel.
So it's an essential key to it.
I think so, yeah. And
I agree, but I just wanted your
Yeah,
opinion.
and Villa Padierna is a very big golf resort. It has 3 courses, one of which is a real challenge. A lot of professionals love playing it. It's very long and demanding. It's called Alfarini. You have 24-hour security, but also within the resort itself, you have, I think it's 8 or 9 separate apartment developments, which most of them each have their own security as well. So it feels very secure.
I was touring a client there recently,
Yeah.
and what I realized that within those 8 developments or urbanizations, they are all super well kept. They all have this sense of exclusivity, which you do not get. Well, for instance, in Los Arqueros, you have differences in between each of the developments.
Yeah, because they were built by separate
The
developments.
benchmark here in Los Flamingos is held very high. So no matter which development you go to, it's clean, it is well taken care of,
Yeah.
it's well maintained, and it upholds a very high standard.
Yeah, I'm delighted living there. I've been there since 2012, and I'm really happy there.
Great sea views from most of the
Great
developments.
sea views. Again, you're handy for
The
everything.
views down to the Golf as well.
Yeah. and the
And over the
lake.
hotel. Yeah,
you
the
have a
lake,
little
yeah.
like fake lake down
Fake Lake.
Fake lake. Oh, fake #fake lake.
So
It's a fake lake, right? It's not real.
price wise, well, it's a real lake. It's there.
But it's done.
Man-made.
Man-made. Ah, there you
Okay.
go.
So Los Flamingos prices for apartments. Do you know what? There are some good value apartments in Los
Yes,
Flamingos.
agreed.
If you look at the right developments, there are some great ones. So prices tend to start for a 2-bed apartment around 250,000 euros up to over $1 million for penthouses, and villas. The average is around 3-4 million euros, but they start at 1.5 and can go up to around 7. So
Yeah,
that,
agreed.
again, there's something for everyone. If you like the area,
There's quite a lot of new built villas there.
Yeah.
there are.
In the last 2-3 years, you've seen an influx.
Again,
there.
because it's Ben Abbey, so it's easy to build. So you haven't got the problems that associated with the Marbella Town Hall. So
And there
it's
were some
much
really
easier.
nice plots still to be developed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nail it.
Moving on to number 4 on our list is Finca Cortesin, which is a very luxurious 5-star golf resort, which is on the road, on the road to Casares. So past Estepona and take a right.
Let's put it as if your name's not down, you're not coming in.
Oh, is it a bit like that? Do you
Oh
think?
yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
But again, I
Did they let
think
you in?
same principle
Just-
with Finca Cortesin is the hotel.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
sets the benchmark. It's
Has
the
been-
anchor for everything they built.
And it's been voted, I think, the best hotel in Spain on
Yeah.
numerous occasions, or in Europe, or something like that. It's kind of like a Cortico style thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And what Finca Cortesin have done is they've built the hotel. It's the first thing they did. So rather than sort of promise it later in the project, they've actually delivered it day one. Bang! There's your hotel. From here, we go forward. The golf course, I believe, has been voted the best in Spain now, or one of the best.
Yeah, one of them.
It holds various tournaments. It's a very challenging course, but golfers here love playing it. It's not cheap, but it sort of maintains the value of the properties as well, I guess. Lovely clubhouse. There's a Jack Nicklaus Academy, and the resort is split into 2. So you've got on one side you've got villas being built on the front line to the golf course,
Correct.
which are the most expensive they're building, I believe. So they're 4, 5, 6 million euros.
Yeah, can even go up to 10.
Yeah,
I think
but
they
they're
sold one
absolutely spectacular.
recently there.
And on that side of the resort, they're also building new apartments and penthouses, which is the what's the name? Albercas.
Yeah.
Albercas,
Albercas.
which started around €1 million. But there is also a development that they built several years ago where you can get resale 2-bed apartments for €300,000. And on the other side, next to the hotel, they've got some villas as well, slightly smaller plots, which can also be managed by the hotel, which is one of
Yeah.
the reasons to buy into Finca Cortesin.
Kind of seem like bungalow villas.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say so?
So it's, if you want a hands-off investment, want to use it maybe a few times a year, but then give it to the hotel to rent out, they will take care of absolutely everything, which is, again, something nice for people who just want that kind of investment. But yeah, it's got, the hotel, the restaurant there, everything like that is very 5-star. People who like Finca Cortesin tend to come back and then buy.
Beach Club also.
Oh, the beach club.
I did speak to an agent there, and he did say that most of the clients that buy within the proximity have stayed in the hotel.
Yeah.
Because they fall in love with the hotel, with everything the hotel has to offer, and then decide to have something close by.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a great one. And then finally on our list of top 5 is La Reserva Sotogrande, which, Dom, you've had a lot of recent experience with because you've been selling down there quite a bit. Tell us all about it.
La Reserva Sotogrande is what they call the last chapter. It's the last kind of urbanization that they're consolidating right now. And they're really trying to set a high benchmark there. So you have a huge variety of apartments, townhouses and villas that will be built. Villas, for instance, they call it plot 15 and plot 8, right?
So the 7 and the 15.
Yeah, the 7 and the 15, and you have prices for like 3 million for a plot to start with, and you can go up to like 6, 7.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Grand Reserva, isn't it? That's the hilltop sites where you can build villas to your own specification.
But then,
magnificent views.
Looking down from there, you have a beautiful urbanization that they're just developing now. It's called La Finca de Sotogrande, where you can get townhouses. They're attached townhouses for 500,000.
Yep.
And you have 3 bedrooms. You have a lot of space. You have beautiful views right onto the La Cañada golf course. You can even enter the La Cañada golf course from that development. So
I think what's important though about the La Reserva Sotogrande, because there's 2 things. There's La Reserva Sotogrande area, and then there's the actual resort. And the resort they're looking at making that a private facility over the next 10 years probably. And the new owners of La Reserva Sotogrande Resort are really pumping in a load of investment. They built an inland beach with a sandy bottomed lagoon. They have various water sports facilities there. They also have a tennis centre, a fabulous clubhouse.
It's very family orientated.
It is, and it's designed to be a fully fledged resort so that people don't feel the need to leave, and it's safe and it's secure. So there's a lot of good things going on down there. It's something that we've been a part of over the last year or so, and we're very excited to be working with them. There's a lot of good product. There's a new apartment development called Village Verde, which
really super nice.
Amazing apartments. So yeah, again, something for everyone. It's not the cheapest place, but then you get what you pay for, in my opinion. And prices there starting around 450 and upwards to whatever you want to spend, really.
Yeah, for apartments you can actually go up to 1.3.
Yeah,
and villas the same, right? You can get a villa there for 1 million, 1.5 up to 10 million. So you have a good variety, but everything maintains itself in a high standard.
Absolutely.
There.
So
but what's the golf course like?
Very good. It's one of the courses that you would play if you're going to Sotogrande. So there's obviously Valderrama, which is number 1.
Yeah.
You've got Almenara, you've got Real Club Sotogrande, and you've got La Reserva. La Reserva is, a lot of the guys who play there think it's a good comparison to Valderrama.
Really?
But it doesn't get as much credit because it doesn't hold as many prestigious tournaments, although it has started hosting some. It hosted one of the women's tournaments recently. So it's getting a lot more attention. So it's a good
Which it deserves.
Which it deserves, absolutely.
Cool.
So that's our top 5 golf resorts to buy in between San Pedro to Sotogrande. So Guadalmina, Los Arqueros, Los Flamingos, Finca Cortesin and La Reserva Sotogrande. That's our top 5
Top 5.
by right now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks.